What's good? It's your boy Hurricane. Back again. The most evil invention in the world, part 2. We're going live on this one. Y'all gotta hear this shit. You gotta roll up to this shit. You gotta pull a cup to this shit. Cause I was right.
The Pentagon is getting closer to deciding on using robots, literal robots with artificial intelligence to control weapons. They've been conducting more and more tests on this, and apparently those tests have been going smashingly. So they might automate parts of the military, and it sounds disastrous. So General John Murray of the U.S. Army Futures Command told an audience at the U.S. Military Academy last month that swarms of robots will force military planners, policymakers, and society to think about whether a person should take every decision about using lethal force in new autonomous systems. So the question that General Murray asked was, is it within a human's ability to pick out which ones have to be engaged and then make 100 individual decisions? Is it even necessary to have a human in the loop? So they're literally deciding or thinking about making a decision to completely automate military missions, right? Because they're like, humans, it's just that they don't say this, but this is what's being implied. They might have like emotions, and that emotion might play into their human judgment, and then it'll take too long to make those decisions. So wouldn't it be better if we have emotionless robots make decisions about life or death? Doesn't that...
Woo! Man, that's some fucking deep shit, man. Let me keep going, man. They
make a lot more sense.
Yeah, so there's two parts to that. One is, sure, sometimes humans do take longer to decide. Sometimes, unfortunately these days, police have gotten past that, and they make life or death decisions within 2 seconds flat, usually. And sometimes humans make mistakes. That's also true, right? But the other portion of what they're saying is really, in the heart of it, is what Anna's talking about.
The heart of it.
There's an amazing stat from World War I, and now I read it a while back, so I forget if it's 80 or 85%. But let's call it 80. 80% of people in the trenches in World War I shot above their enemies' heads. Even though they're being shot at, and they could be killed at any second. Humans don't like killing other humans, and so they would purposely miss. The overwhelming majority of them. So robots are programmed not to miss. They become more efficient killing machines.
More efficient killing machines. Like I said, the world's most evil invention. Robots. I'm going to put the link of my video of the world's most evil invention in the description and in the comments if y'all can't get to it. But dude, I'm right. I'm fucking right. Eventually there's going to be Terminators in the street. Right now, military. Do y'all see the Matrix happening right now? Do y'all see iRobot happening right now? Or do y'all see, fuck everyone in the fan and shit? Yeah, Matrix, iRobot, and Terminator. Let's keep going.
And the military is in the killing machine business. By the way, the right wing will see this and go, booyah. Okay, good, we'll phase out the humans. We don't have to pay them.
Yep.
Wait, what?
That's a big part of it.
Okay. And then we'll get to murder the other side more efficiently. Well, it depends, doesn't it? If there really are a couple of bad guys and you want to go get them, okay. But we bomb weddings all the time. With what? Smart bombs. They don't sound too smart to me. So, yes, some autonomous machines already exist and already execute executions. So, for example, we'll do signature strikes from drones. And that what we do is we give the coordinates of a cell phone. So whoever has a cell phone, and we don't know, it could be the guy we have decided is a terrorist, and maybe he is and maybe he isn't. But it could be that guy's mom or his son, which happens all the time. And the so-called smart bomb targets the cell phone and murders whoever has it.
That's right.
Doesn't seem that smart to me. But now this is a whole different level, like an army of robots and an army of drones, all loaded and programmed to kill without human interaction.
No.
without human interaction.
It's absolutely crazy. And when it comes to decisions involving life or death, maybe it's okay to take a minute, to take a beat, to think about whether or not the decision that's being made is the right one. Now, there is apparently an international ban on this type of activity, but don't worry. There are private military contractors who are finding ways to undo that ban.
Private military contractors, y'all probably seen video games or played video games where they say the word PMC. Oh, he's a PMC, he's a PMC. PMC, and they always have high-tech weaponry, crazy shit, always going in on some reckless shit. PMCs are private military corporations, you know, and allegedly the government works with most PMCs, but if a PMC gets caught, the government will be like, yo, we don't know that nigga.
And in fact, a report this month from the National Security Commission on Artificial Intelligence, an advisory group created by Congress, recommended that the U.S. resist calls for an international ban on the development of these autonomous weapons. So I think that there absolutely should be a ban. Having an autonomous like force within the military is so disastrous, considering that, you know, thinking of it as like a robot using AI pretends as though it does away with any human biases, when in reality, the very people who develop this technology have biases themselves, and that bias is implemented, whether wittingly or unwittingly, into the technology. You know, this is what, you know, we've talked about previously in the context of the facial recognition technology, which gets it wrong all the time. The facial recognition technology has ended up accusing innocent black people of crimes they didn't commit.
Right.
So obviously it's flawed technology. Using it in the context of life and death, using it in the context of war, sounds awful and ridiculous, but don't worry, there's already efforts to make sure that this happens.
So, number one, I want you to be
Sponsored by Bud Light.
clear. There are situations where there's somebody in Tampa and they're looking through the video camera of a plane or a drone, and then they press the button. That is not what we're talking about here. We would send these in, and there is no human on the other side pressing a button. We program to kill, and then we let them go in 10, because there's swarms, 10, 20, 100 of them at a time, and they just start killing. There's no human on the other side saying that person, etc. They just, God knows what the program is, right?
Yes.
Oh, you better not send them to the wrong place with the wrong program. And so if it sounds like a movie, it is. That's what it's developing into. And so, and then the second...
If it sounds like a movie, that's what it is. It's what it's developing into. The world is a stage, baby.
part of this is they're going to say, look, it's inevitable. And there is some truth to that. They're going to say, well, if we don't develop it, China's going to develop it. And they probably will, right?
Yeah.
And the Russians and us. You know, Wes Clark Jr. predicted this.
That's it. Japan already made a mobile suit Gundam.
On the show a long time ago on Old School.
I remember, yeah.
Yeah, he said the Chinese are going to develop a swarm of drones to negate our aerial advantage. We have a giant aerial advantage, but they're going to send up thousands of drones into the sky and knock down our ships that way. Well, now here we are coming up with hundreds and thousands of drones to send in swarms, but now we've added the twist that you don't even need the humans. Let's automate it and turn them into autonomous killing machines. Literally. And we're all acting like, oh, it's no big deal, it's normal.
This story barely even registered today. Like, I came across it in a tweet, and I was like, why isn't anyone talking about this? This is insane. And remember, everything that we do abroad ends up coming back to hurt Americans as well. We see it with our overwhelmingly militarized police force, and it's because we produce so much military weaponry that the Pentagon decides, oh, we've got too much in our inventory, we got to get rid of some of this stuff, and they end up transferring it over to local police departments.
RoboCop.
So you don't think that this will be used against us? Which, by the way, even if there was some indication that it wouldn't, it's still wrong to do this, right? But I have no doubt in my mind that this will be used against American citizens, too.
And I honestly had not thought of the police using it. But you are right. That will be inevitable. and they'll use it against us, the citizens.
Yeah.
And so, and then they'll start with, I guarantee it, and you'll see it later, a couple of years from now in a story. They'll say, no, when we're using it inside America, we're not using real bullets. We're only going to use tear gas from the drones or rubber bullets, etc. And that's how it'll start. It's just the most important bottom line is what you said. We have started the killing machines, independent robots designed to kill humans autonomously. And we're all acting like it's no big deal and it's normal. Well, it ain't normal, and it's almost definitely going to lead to disaster. Thanks for watching The Young Turks.
Man, in conclusion, I'm going to leave the first link of the world's most evil invention. The world's most evil invention, not just America, but all around the world. Robots, artificial intelligence. The movie The Matrix, the movie The Terminator, the movie I, Robot, the video game Metal Gear, the video game Deus Ex. Welcome. It's your boy Hurricane, giving you truth in its full form on some news. Peace.